All right, let's get right into it. Welcome back. We're into some League of Legends stuff here. Just for the sake of it, I copied. Ugh, I'm not off to a hot start here. I copied everything over here into Paint just for the sake of it. Um, you can find my spreadsheet. It's in the pinned post on Twitter. If you don't know by now, why are you watching me? As always, I'm active in the old esports department Discord, but not that active in there. Where you'll find me the easiest though is the daily fan racing Discord. If you need a link to that, hit me up on Twitter or just search it. But that's the Discord where you're going to find me. If you reply to comments on here, if you post a comment on the video, I'll usually get a notification and respond to that right away too. You don't need me for anything. And tonight is an absolute crapshoot, though. Making a video is pointless. But we have a min max, so we're going to do a little bit on Fantasy Cruncher just to see what we might want to do. Um, First things first, LCK. So in the sheet, that's these games here on the left. We don't know the starters. We have a general idea, but the ones we don't know are going to be the support for KT Rolster and the support for DNS. Probably two of the most interesting positions on this entire slate because if you like DNS to upset, and I think that they're actually pretty live here, I think lane by lane, these are really interesting matchups. I think there's a possibility they upset much better than the plus 475. I think the plus 1.5 is the bet to take here, though, because it's best of three. I think they can win a map. I don't think it's a guarantee, but under the current draft system, the way that the game is played and everything, I think that there's a realistic opportunity that they could win a map here. Um, but we don't know who's going to be at support. Everyone is DK's pricing it, and most places have it as Ghost for KT. I All of my guesses for rosters in the LPL were wrong today. Every single thing that I thought that these teams would do in order to like win games, they've gone a different direction. In my opinion, obviously they're the professionals, but I don't understand the moves anybody's making. So maybe it's Ghost. I would rather have Poyu or Polyu there, but if they go Ghost, that's pretty interesting. He is more expensive by $200 on DraftKings. When we look at building, this is something we're gonna have to go in there with. You'll note here the over under when this was originally posted, this has gone up by two. In the LPL matches, the over under for kills has gone way up. It went up three from the time it posted for the top esports JDG game, and then it was off the books yesterday for quite a while for the Weibo game because it originally posted at 27.5, and that was too low. It was only up for a short period of time, and now it came back at 29.5 or 28.5. But I think that, as you can see here, in KT wins and building projections. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This feels like I do this every time. I go, oh, we're going to do a 20-minute video. And then I end up in like a 10-minute diatribe about how building projection models is bullshit and nobody knows anything. And what the fuck is the point of anything? And why don't we just put, you know, okay, building projection models, especially for new teams in a new year on a new patch that we have very little experience with, in a new structure, like the it is it is it's folly. It is absolutely a joke. It is a Shakespearean tragedy of epic proportions to try and create a system by which we can know the fate of God and man. Like there's just no point. But what my system says is that in KT wins, we should expect KT to be extremely aggressive, to have a lot of kills, and for those matches to be sloppy as hell. One of the problems, though, with this is that my model is heavily based off of data. It's heavily weighted based on data from the splits 3 to 5 last year. Um, and those were they were sloppy, they were messy, and especially when we get to the LPL, the final split in the LPL, there were teams that weren't qualified, so you don't have like as much of a wide variety of outcomes, and also with the divisions and breakups and like I try my best. I just try my best. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying my best, and it's it's not gonna be good enough. It's not gonna be good enough. Uh, but you can see here the numbers are really interesting for KT. I think we want to get to a bunch of KT if we can. Like, why wouldn't you? They're heavily favored. I think that DNS is actually like a pretty interesting pivot. I think that you're going to get low ownership here, and I think that these players are very legitimate. But I would probably limit myself to like one or two pieces from it because even in an upset, I think we would expect it to be a 2-1 upset. I don't think that we're going to see as much scoring as we would like, and I think that it would be a price-based inclusion for a one-off or just like one-off team saying, okay, I'll eat those 8 or 9 point difference between this and one of the teams that goes 2-0. Just like to squeeze that little bit of salary so that you can do like a smash captain or that you can, four stack whatever other team you like, JDG, or so you can get like basically a 4-2-1 favorite or 3-3-1, whatever you're comfortable with. But I don't know that I'd play more than two pieces from DNS, even if I have them upsetting on a 4 game slate. If it's a 2 game slate, give me 4 pieces off the DNS because, you know, leverage is everything. But I think we should expect KT to win here. I do think that it's very reasonable, like 50% that DNS is able to take a map. I think that the odds of them winning are better than the plus 475 that the books are offering, but I don't think that they're good enough that if you were playing like one lineup, I wouldn't go to DNS tonight. I wouldn't take any of it. Maybe a one-off team if you really feel strongly about other pieces scoring exceptionally well, but I it's unlikely. Um in the second match, we have what do we got? DK Bro? Is that right? Yeah, we have DK and Brion and you know, the Damn One team is different. I don't think career is especially great. Smash, we got to see before his demotion because of the way that T1 mismanaged it. So this is a new team for him, but the quality of players are fairly comparable. Siwoo is definitely the problem here, but luckily Siwoo's lane opponent is um terrible. Like casting is not good. This Brion team is yet another team that one of my favorite players, Fisher, is being forced to just like be on and probably take the blame for everything that goes wrong. Brion are plus 700. I think that that is generous. This feels like it should be an easy 2-0. Obviously, a 2-1 is possible, an upset is possible. We're right at the start of the season. We don't really know how this is going to go, but we should have an idea. Smash is an interesting addition to this Damn One team because of his intense aggressiveness. And I think that is something to really be considered. And it, from what we've seen of him in the past, it makes me leery to get to players like Showmaker. Well, just Showmaker. Because while Showmaker has real ups in fantasy, he also can be very much a consistent, low level fantasy performer. As an actual performer, he's great. His matchup here is one that can be boom or bust. We could see him score extremely well for fantasy. We could see him score very middlingly. He could end up be having the most deaths on the team. He could end up having the most kills on the team. It's tough. It's tough, but I think that like Smash and Lucid are clearly the pieces that I want to get to here from Dam One. Siwoo is absolutely fine too. This is a really interesting team in that Siwoo and Smash are very aggressive. Career is absolutely serviceable. Showmaker is a really consistent veteran that understands how to make plays. And Lucid has been flashy at times, but generally just a really solid jungler. So I I think that like with what we know about the current meta, et cetera, it's Smash, Lucid. Then if you think it's 2-0, I would definitely look to get some of Siwoo. And I think that's very reasonable. And then career should score pretty well, even though historically he's not like gonna look like a great fantasy performer. But on this team, if we believe that Smash behaves in the way that we've seen him with T1 and T1 challengers, then career automatically is buoyed up because of the action that he should be seeing in the bot lane in support. So um yeah, hard not to like Damwon here. In match three, it's Weibo and Invictus. Like I said, they have raised the well, this was the match that, yeah, this originally didn't have the over under. It was listed at 27.5, went off the boards after just a few minutes, was off the boards all night last night, and then came back up at 29.5 today. You can see in the model, IG wins have it at almost 33, and Weibo wins have it at 30, which is surprising. This is definitely a game to get into. I would expect that Weibo is going to be pretty, them and Top Esports, I think are going to be pretty popular chalk dogs. And the Weibo side is very reasonable. Like going lane by lane, looking at experience, looking at what are reasonable expectations in play and play style. With the exception of rookie on Invictus, this matchup at the player level is I would be inclined to give it to Weibo. I mean, I think that Elk's career is basically done. I'm going to say this, and he's going to score like 400 points tonight. But um, especially from a fantasy perspective, what we've seen out of him over the last year has been scary, not positive. And it feels like if trends were to continue, that from a fantasy point of view, he's a player I'm not really going to be looking to get a lot of. I would be more inclined to look at like Zika, GG, GG, and GG, and perhaps some Xiaohu. But this matchup with rookie is really scary. The reason why you might want to look at Elk and Urha tonight is that Invictus is starting Zhuai at support. They also have Mako on their roster, and I'd have to look. But this is a surprise to me. I would have thought you play Mako here, but with Fodic and Zhuai, this is going to be an extremely aggressive bot lane. Fodic, a player who at one point was so deforming. If you go onto my website, you'll find I wrote an article just about how to deal with slates that Fodic is on because Fodic was absolutely destroying slates. Even in losses, he was scoring over 100 points sometimes. Like the guy is incredibly aggressive. At one point 2 years ago, he was absolutely environment deforming and he could kill from anywhere on the map. Zhuai also from being on FPX last year, we don't really know what we're going to get out of him here on this team. But this feels like an extremely aggressive bot lane. And that shows up in the projections where, like, if they 2-0 here, which is, what Vegas actually has projected, they lean a little bit to a sweep. If they 2-0 here, Zhuai could easily be 90 to 100 points at support. I think though they're probably this bot lane matchup could be a real struggle because Elk has been a great player throughout most of his career, and just really could find a way to be a real thorn in the side of a bot lane that's just too aggressive. But like I would side with rookie. I think that this Wei GG matchup is going to be pretty wild. Both these players can be very inconsistent, but their highs are extremely high, but their lows are very low. And then I'm biased against Saboro, but I have to admit, watching Demacia Cup and his performance there, I was pretty impressed. He didn't look like the player that I had expected him to look like versus basically competent competition. And I think that Invictus might actually he could be the top winner there for a bit if that's what he continues to show. So I think this is a match where like for the mini max, I would want to get to both sides of it. I would probably want to get to more IG for the mini max, just because I think Weibo will see ownership. So you're getting a slight discount that way. And I think the upside for players like Rookie and Fodic and Wei and even Saburo, but definitely Jue. I think the upside for these IG players is very, very high, especially if they sweep. So I'm going to want to get to some of that. In the fourth match, it's I was all in on top esports. I I already bet it. It was a mistake. I didn't know because I didn't look. Anyways, Jackie Love came back to top esports this year, and I had just was just like, oh, this number's wrong because if Jackie Love plays, this should definitely be top esports should be favorites. They should be favorites. Jackie, um, much like this guy Joai that I was like, I don't think he should be the starter. Jackie is playing, is starting. Um, and I guess Jackie Love is injured. I don't even have the heart to look, but somebody told me that in DM, and at the beginning of the season, you just guess and you take your lumps, and if you guess right, the wins are good. Anyways, Jackie Fangyu, this is a bad bot lane. I don't think Jackie's good. He didn't look good on FPX last year. He hasn't looked good before that. He doesn't look good in blah 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 blah. But like, I think that Han Q is currently being over-respected by the market. And I really like Cream's matchup, whereas, as always, I think that Cream is being under-respected. And I like the Nayu Janjia matchup. They have very different play styles. Nayu is aggressive. Janjia is really more of a conservative jungler. I think that like these things are good. I think 369 should be up. Like if you were to go lane by lane, I really like TES until we get to that bot lane, and I think that JDG's bot lane is just a hugely advantaged bot lane. Just a hugely advantaged. Like I'll take Gala Vampire every time. Like if I wake up tomorrow and TES have gone 2-0 here, I'm gonna go, whoop, I guess Gala had a heart attack and they played without a bot laner. I don't understand how that's going to happen. I think that the JDG minus 185 is a cheap price. I am kind of inclined to take the sweep here now, but I've already got money in on top esports, and it makes me want to cry. It makes me want to cry. So um it doesn't really make me want to cry. It's a tiny amount of money. I don't really care. I think that like JDG are appropriately favored. I think top esports are live, and I think that at this level, anybody could be. I think we could see games where Cream, Nayu, and 369 are able to carry over a kind of underperforming bot lane, especially if they're able to get ahead early, and Jackie and Feng Yu are able to like hold it together for the first 10 or 12 minutes and they can just kind of snowball through. So in my mind, I think this is a map by map bet during draft. I think this is when you live bet during the draft, and you're just like, is this something where TES can reasonably get ahead early in every lane, and then maybe roll just snowball to the end? Because I think if these games go long and you really are requiring you're you're requiring some scaling from the ADC position, I just I don't I'll be happy to be wrong since I already have money in on it. Um, but for me, this is a JDG position. So let's look at just what I want to do. This is what it looks like in the spreadsheet. What I'm actually going to do though is go over here to the work and we're going to build things. So I like, we're going to build two because we need to build one for Poyu and we need to build one for Ghost. Because I think KT 2-0 or 2-1 is good. Um, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do a 2-1. We'll say if Ghost plays, it's going to be a 2-1 if Ghost is the starter, which means we can take DNS and this life repeater situation. If you think they're going to win, you're going to have to do something with it. But I'm just going to put life in and use the 1-2. And then we'll carry this over. Up, up, up. Um, like I said, I think this is a DK2 spot. And this gets a little tougher. So let's put both. Let's put both Weibo and IG at 2-1. Yeah. I mean, if that's IG 2-0, it's just like so good. Oh, okay. We'll do teams in a second. And then we need TSJDG. And I think I'm going to go against Vegas here and say that no, this should be a JDG 2-0 just based on the bot lane. So this is a pretty strong stance. Like obviously you want to change this as needed. Okay, so that'll be KT Rollster. We put them at 2-0. So let's do that at 2-0 is 63. DNS at 0-2 would be, it doesn't matter, it's 16. B plus Kia we put at a 2-1, right? No, we put that at 2-0 as well. Yeah. Okay. So 63, 16. We put both of these at 2-1, 55, 55. And top esports 16 and 64. 63, just so it's even. Okay. And, damn it. I go like long periods without making spreadsheets, working in sheets, and it just throws me off. Okay, so this is Poyu. This is Ghost Column. And upload. So first things first, we'll do it with IG. We'll take Weibo out. Since we have both Weibo and IG as winning in these, yeah, I mean, I don't think any surprises here. Like expected, KT is going to project extremely well. That puts us to a lot of KG. This gets us to IG as the backup. A lot of 4-2-1s here. Like, I don't hate a 4-2-1 on a 4-game slate. If we go in and say, what does it look like to go 4-3? Oh, how do we do this? Lineup rules, team stacks. 4, that team stack. 3, okay. So 4 threes, yeah, it's still KTIG, KTIG, KTIG. You can see here in the salaries, this puts us right at about 50,000. I would expect this to be pretty popular, especially because we can go double favorite aiming. So double favorite ADC captain. This should be an extremely popular line, and it projects extremely well. I think for the min max, I'll probably do more 4-2-1. This 4-1-1-1, I'm not gonna play like these top ones. 3-1, 3-2-1-1. This is garbage. But like 4-2-1, 4-2-1, 4-2-1. These are all absolutely reasonable plays. But yeah, like I don't think I would go to yeah, I just wouldn't get too crazy here. Let's look at it with if we play Weibo, which should be pretty popular. Go ahead and take our stacks out. Just see based on the projections. But I would guess that we get one-offs from Weibo. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want to go, if you want to turn something like this into a 4-3, you know how to do it. Like, it's super easy. When you're playing a dog, this should just be real straightforward. Yeah. Yeah, so for the min-max, I'll play like 20 or 30 lines, and I'll probably do half Weibo, half IG, mixture of builds. Like, who cares? It's just, at the end of the day, yeah, if we do 4-3 builds, you're just going to get to a lot of KT. It's like impossible to get off KT here. And I guess that's the argument is that maybe you shouldn't play KT. Like maybe we take KT out of the pool and say, "Hey, we want to do 10 lineups without KT in the min max. What does that look like?" And it's IG, it's just IG, you know. There's nothing here that's surprising. I kind of like this line with Way, or this one with Lucid, Smash. It's just like, can we get to Photic and Smash in the same lineup? Let's take a look at this. Advanced options. Let's kill these team stacks again. Builds. Let's look at Captain. Um, Actually, let's look at it from ADC. So from salary side, Smash, aiming, Photic. So Photic Captain, just to see what the best price we can do is. I mean, fuck, I don't hate it. Yeah, if we get old Photic, this is a killer lineup. I don't think we're going to do any better if we put Smash at captain and Photic. Let's see. Yeah, it's basically the same lineups, just swap. Like, Cuz, Smash, JDG, Smash, Lucid, JDG. So, a little bit more stable, maybe. But you can fool around with it. Like, this Cuz could be Lucid, right? Thing is, that doesn't give us enough money. Yeah, we still get stuck here. with a one off from another one or two. I guess here you can do a 4-3. Oh fuck. I mean that's good. Wait, IG are favorites and they're priced at 4,600, is that right? Oh, DK fucked up. No. 46-44. Huh. Ooh, I mean IG team is gonna get a lot of ownership, isn't it? There's not a big value there in going to Weibo. Yeah, I'm pretty uninterested in going to Weibo suddenly at all. Just based on the team slot pricing. Anyways, this has been 30 minutes. I don't think any of this is fucking useful. In a nutshell, good luck. But I think that it's like this: KT20, um, Dam1, 2-0. If I were betting on the LCK side, DNS plus 1.5 should be even money or better. Or you could just take the over 2.5 at plus 165. But I'd be interested in what the DNS 1.5 is. I'd probably take that. Um, I don't think you can bet anything in this damn one game unless you want to bet the over 27.5 kills, which, if Bro can keep it interesting long enough, they should go way over. That's the concern here is that damn one might just be too fast. But I think that they're like loose and sloppy enough in the bot lane that we could see these being like 35, 36 kill matches and going way over projection or way under. Um, the range of outcomes for DK is very high. So I think the 27.5 kills is too low. I'd probably, yeah, I'm going to bet that. I'm going to bet the over on that. Yep. Yeah. The D plus Kia win side, there's just nothing on the lines that's worth any money. But the over 27.5 kills, DNS plus 1.5. It was just probably a loser, but I think the money, the number's right. Um, IG money line at minus 165. Like this is so close, and in a where they're close, where it's a coin flip, you should take the dog. But I I don't know. Since they moved the kill total up, I don't think there's any value there. So yeah, I think it's just IG money line or pass. This is a pass for me. Um, TS I already have money in on TS, but I think that's lost money. If I were betting it right now, since the kill total went up significantly, I would actually be kind of inclined to look at the kill total under, which is usually a sucker bet early in the season where kill totals can be all over the place. They're more likely to trend higher or to line. But 30.5 is actually a pretty good number for two teams that I don't know how aggressive these teams are really going to be. And if you're favoring JDG, which I currently am by a good margin, I think that I mean, you could do the minus 185 money line, but I think probably the 30.5 and just hope that the models putting it around 28 is right. So the best bets are, I think, over 27.5 kills, IG money line minus 165, DNS plus 1.5, whatever that's at. Um, let's look. I don't think I'm probably signed in, so I can open it up. Um, LCK. DNS plus 1.5. Yeah, it's better than even money. I think that's totally reasonable. Uh, yeah. Let's see if we have kills here. Yeah, over 27.5 kills. Let's do. Yeah, minus 165. And then I think the right thing to do would probably be to take the under on this kill total, but I don't love it. Still, that's yeah. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. You just fucking pick. Just pick and then do whatever you want and then play. Just go fill those contests, man. We got 10,000 to first in the main, which I wish they'd put it back to $15, but I'll accept the $20. There's the great $5 contest that plays $1,000 to first. Absolutely go fill that. I think it's like a 20 max. It's one of the best contests when they have it, the team fight. Go do it. Just do it. If we fill these contests, then they should continue to give us good contests. We will go down in size on these early in the week, but hopefully by the weekend we'll be back up if we consistently fill them before long. Today is going to be the challenge though. And don't play the mini max. It's 50 cents. The $1 contest is fine, but the 50-cent contest is a lot of fun. Always the worst fucking people win it, whether it's people I like who are terrible or people I don't like who are terrible, but no good person has ever won it. That's the thing that matters. So if you're a good person, Will Sue, if you're watching this, don't fucking put your money in there. You're not gonna win it. You're a good person. Other people though, if you're a terrible person, like me or I don't know, not to name drop Lee DiNapoli, I think go ahead and put your money in. You'll probably win the min max. So good luck tonight. Have a good day. I love you.